Hello lovelies, hello family, this is Kimberly Purpoz and welcome to my channel. Today, let's see here, we're going to go ahead and get started. And before we get started, I want to talk about my business. This is my website, Purpoz Counseling and Wellness Center, and this is the website. It is we utilize a holistic approach that stimulates the mind, body, and spirit. And we also go over the modalities on this website. PCWC offers other therapeutic techniques such as meditation, breathing exercise, Reiki, yoga, Nidra. We offer affordable in-person and telehealth services, and we also accept insurances as well. You can also check me out on Purpoz Counseling and Wellness Center here on Psychology Today, and you can give us a call today. We're accepting new clients. And yeah, let's get started, you guys. I wanted to go ahead and talk about Horace King. That's what I wanted to talk about. Let me pull him up. I featured him on my Instagram. This is Horace King right here. And he was a renowned bridge builder, an architect, engineer in Alabama, Georgia, and northeastern Mississippi during the mid-19th century. So I mentioned him in my previous video. For those who want to check it out, I had did a previous video about Stone Mountain prior to the carvings that is done on a mountain. I call them graffiti or the tarnishing of the mountain. And it was very unnecessary to put faces on a mountain of the losers, but they put it up there anyway. Personally, it's a beautiful rock that is very rare and is the largest rock, I believe, if I'm not pretty sure, here on at least in the States, at least it's a large rock. It's not a mountain, it's actual rock. And but anyway, that Stone Mountain, he has a bridge there. And the island that's inside the park is a trail there that is called King's Trail. That is a dedication to his memory of all the wonderful things he has done. And so this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about Horace King. And for those of you all who don't know that they say that he's mixed heritage. I did some research. Some background research on Mr. Horace King, and he was, according to some of the writings that I came across, he's mixed with Black, Native American, and also European, supposedly. And so I do want to mention that, when we look at the mixture and everything, they say Black is a lot of times blacks are also considered to be natives as well. There are Black Indians here in the Americas, and a lot of things have been told to us in reverse. We have to keep that in mind and have more constructive criticism. We need to start questioning everything, like Dan Calloway always says. Question everything that was written about us, because a lot of the things are not supported by documentation. It's just written by hearsay in order to support a particular narrative. And so we need to question everything. And so when they say Black and they try to say African American, you got to remember African American is a title or a label that was given to us only in the late 1980s, almost 1990s. And so it hasn't been around very long. It's not in the historic archaeological research. You're not going to see that. They say Negroes, you know, and so a lot of the older writings during the time period says often describe the darker complexion blacks as Negro Indians, and very few. We also got to keep in mind that very few blacks were brought over. You know, very few. Were brought over, and it wasn't the millions like they claim. We were already over here. Majority of the blacks were people who were considered to be black were already over here. So, you know, with all that said and done, we got to keep that in mind. So, according to my theory, you know, doing some research and everything, I would say that he is probably more Indian, you know, American Aborigine. Okay, he might have Caucasian because we have heard that, you know, a lot of indigenous people mixed in with the Caucasians, with the Pales. So it's a possibility that he might have, you know, been mixed with Caucasian as well. But if he's black and native, then more than likely he's an American Aborigine. And a lot of people were darker complexion during the time, and he has the woven hair as well. That supports that theory, you know, possible theory that he was Aborigine, because he was also tied to a tribe. And that's what I'm going to also discuss in this video, about the tribe that he was attached to. Horace King was attacked, according to my research. I did some reading. I'm going to look and see if I can pull it up. No, I don't think this is it. It's not the range. One of these articles I pulled up. Let's see if it's this one. I believe, yes, it's this one. It's according to the Georgia Encyclopedia. Horace was tied to, he was born to a tribe, Catawba, sorry about that, the Catawba Tribe. And so the Catawba Tribe is the tribe that he was born to. And also did some research, some further research, and I found this in another, let me see here, hopefully I didn't close it. Here it is, this is a Scholar Research Journal article right here. If I can move me out the way. And right here in the Medical Gazette, a weekly journal of medicine, surgery, volume 10, it also explains that he was also connected to the Creek Indian tribe as well. And he learned a lot of the ways of medicine from them as well. And I will share that with you all as well. And I'll touch on that later on in this video. We're going to read through this particular scholarly journal research article that sort of touches on how Horace King learned a lot of the indigenous ways, and it could have been from the Catawba Indians or the Creek Indians, and so it's maybe a mixture of both, because the Indians were in North and South Carolina, I believe. And so all of this could be quite feasible, and it could have been that he grew up learning this stuff, these traditions, you know. If he's an Indian, which I'm inclined to say that he is, an Aboriginal, then he would know all of these things, and it's tied to his heritage, his culture, and identity as well, and learning this knowledge that has been passed down from generation to generation from his ancestors. So let's get back over here to Horace King. Let's see here if I can get back over. Hopefully this screen is not freezing up, and it looked like it is. Let me see if I can. Yeah, unfortunately it is. So what I'm going to do, since this screen is frozen, I guess I'll go on ahead and dive into this article. It says here that soon after this, Dr. McDade happened to meet Dr. James Frenay, who gave him the following history of the so-called Indian method of treating syphilis. Horace King, a mulatto slave, resided among the Creek Indians for several years before they were removed to the west of Mississippi River, 1837, and has learned from them the methods of treating syphilis. While Horace was engaged in building a bridge at the Tallahassee, about 25 miles from Montgomery, in 1852, he heard that there has been many cases of syphilis on Mr. Gibson's plantation nearby, and that the doctors Finney and Gibson plantation nearby, and Dr. Finney and Baines were attending physicians. And he called on Dr. Finney and told him that he learned of a method of treating syphilis from the Creek Indians. And so, I know the screen is frozen up. Unfortunately, my computer has froze, but anyway, in other words, he introduced, according to this article, Horace King introduced the methods of the Indians' way of treating syphilis through his indigenous, what he learned from the indigenous people. And he shared it with the doctors. They found out that it worked and it was quite accurate. So they started using it in practice. So a lot of people don't know about this. This is some of the things that Horace King has done. And one of wonderful things, actually, he was a very well-versed, knowledgeable man. And he also built the bridges, like I explained before. And what I'm going to do is I may have to break this video up because my screen has frozen and it's not going to go to the next page. But I guess this will be part one about Horace King and the Catawba, and the Catawba Indians and the Creek Indians as well, because he's also tied to the Creek Indians as well. He was born into the Catawba Tribe, but he was also learned from the Creek Indians as well, according to this article. But I would love to see what you all think about this, about Horace King and the Catawba Indians. I'm going to be doing some more research, and I'm going to share some more with you all in the next video. And I also want to see what you all think about the Creek Indians, that you all know that he was lived among the Creek Indians. I didn't know that, and it's good to learn that. And I also didn't know that he knew about the syphilis, and he was about the treatments for syphilis, and that he had taught medical doctors how to treat syphilis according to the indigenous ways of the natives. I found that quite interesting as well. It sounds like he was a very knowledgeable and very well-versed man, not just only with being an engineer and building bridges. He also knew a little bit about knew quite a bit about medicine as well. But please thumbs up this video, you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, love and peace, family. Bye-bye. Well, if I can get out of here. Love and peace, family. I'm trying to close the window, you guys. Thought I closed the window. It's still going.